What exactly is the Global Talent Visa? What are the requirements? What is the process? And is it true that the UK is stopping it anytime soon? Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's your one and only Waka Waka Doctor, bringing you the best of travel all around the world. You know how we do it on this channel. We share information with respect to moving abroad. So it doesn't matter what country you want to move to, I have got you. I like to tell people that I'm not an immigration consultant by any form or shape. Every information I share here is just a consequence of my experience and, of course, loads and loads of research as well. I have had the opportunity to visit 63 countries and I've lived and worked in 5 of them. So you would agree that I've got quite the experience to be able to share information as well. I also want to put this out that I'm not on Telegram, I am not on WhatsApp. So if you get numbers in the comment section saying that text me on this Telegram group, text me on this WhatsApp number, it is not me. And that's very, very important for me to tell you so that you don't fall prey to scammers. This video is sponsored by TransferGo. TransferGo is a money sending platform. You can try it, download it on your iOS or even on your Android store, and you can easily transfer money from any EU country or the UK to almost a lot of countries in Europe, Asia, and Africa as well. It's very fast. You get the money in less than 2 minutes. So just check out TransferGo and let me know what you think. Today, we're doing something very different, something fresh as always. Like I always do, I bring you gist from different corners of the world, different corners of the world. And today we're talking about the Global Talent Visa. We're talking about the Global Talent Visa. And of course, I usually would bring someone who's got the experience, who can share, the requirements, the prerequisites, and the process involved in, applying for this visa that's in the United Kingdom. And I've got a friend here who lives in the UK. This is how he did it, and he's going to share his experience. Hello, brother. How are you? Can you quickly introduce yourself to my audience so that they know who you are?
Hello, sir. Thank you so much, Waka Doctor. Grateful to be here. This is a privilege to be on this major platform. My name is Gabriel Olatunji Legend. My friends, of course, call me Mr. Legend, of course, just because of the name. I am a co-founder of an edtech platform, Affluence and Education Technology, that is leveraging technology to deliver world-class and affordable education to young Africans anywhere. So basically, this is what I do, and this is what I've been doing. However, in the course of doing this, I heard about something called the Global Talent Visa, and then I applied. Last year, I was able to move myself, my wife, and my kids to the UK just under 2 to 6 weeks. I got it under 6 weeks. Then I moved my family just with this visa. And since then, I've been having the privilege to share with people and help as many people as possible to also get it as well.
Fantastic. I love that. In 2 to 6 weeks, you're able to apply and move down with your family. Look, I'm not going to do a lot of the talking. I'm going to let you start the gist. I like to keep these videos very short and fast so that you'll be able to get the meat of the juicy part of the gist after all. So my question to you is going to be Global Talent Visa. I've heard of it. We heard that the UK government is pulling the funding. They're stopping it. We know that it's a very easy way for people to come into the UK. What exactly is the Global Talent Visa? What are the requirements? What is the process? And is it true that the UK is stopping it anytime soon? Please, over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I think I'll just start from that important question, because I've been getting that question over and over again, even from people that send me DM on IG and via emails as well. First is that Global Talent Visa is not stopping anytime soon. I know that you've heard that it's stopping March 31st, but it is not stopping anytime soon. And what do I mean? There is a body that gives the endorsement for Global Talent Visa. That body is called TechNation. Now, TechNation is a body that is empowered by the United Kingdom government to not just give this visa, but they also do other things in the UK. One of them is to support the startup ecosystem in the United Kingdom. fund them, grant them, and then work with the startup to build those startups. Now, that for them to perform that responsibility, the UK government gives them grants regularly that they use for this. However, the latest set of grants, they were refusing, that they were no longer able to access the latest set of grants that allowed them to actually empower the people in the startup ecosystem. So the other guys that won that they are called Barclays. That's the Eagles Lab of Barclays. Those are the guys that actually won that particular grant. So as a result of that, Technician says that they are unable to continue their business because that is the major aspect of their business. However, they are still legally a body that is empowered to provide endorsements for tech talents around the world. So they have already released statements to all the alumni saying that the part that endorses, the part of their business that endorses tech talents will still continue until they find a body that they can hand over to. But they'll continue even after March 31st that they shut down their startup ecosystem operation in the UK. They will still continue that. And in the last couple of, since they made the announcement, I've been working with a number of people that have gotten it, that have been refused, despite the fact that they've made the announcement that they're shutting down. So that will still continue even after March 31st. And even if it will not, like I always say, anybody that is qualified between now and March 31st, you can actually apply and still get it. And thankfully, right now, the turnaround is very fast. People are getting responses in 1 week to know whether you qualify or you don't qualify. So back to the main course of the matter. What exactly is the Global Talent Visa? The Global Talent Visa is available to talented and promising individuals in the field of science, engineering, medicine, humanities, digital technology, and art and culture. Now, these are people who wish to continue their professional career in the United Kingdom. Now, this visa allows you to live and to work up to 5 years in the UK, and you can choose to extend it after this period, or you can choose to apply for settlement, or even apply for, and afterwards, of course, apply for citizenship. So naturally, this is a straightforward path visa that actually allows you to settle down in the UK. So if there's anybody that looks to settle down in the UK, this is one of the visas that anybody should consider, especially if you qualify within any of these categories that I've mentioned. Now, there are different routes that are available now for people with different levels of experiences, meaning that you have to choose which of the routes is most appropriate for your current stage of your own career. So meaning that there are two routes. One of them is called exceptional talent, and the other one is called exceptional promise. Now, for exceptional talent, it's for people who have substantial track record of working regularly, professionally in their field in the last 5 years. So they already have it, they're already established. Then for exceptional promise is for people who are developing that track record as professionals in the last 5 years and who are being recognized to be future leaders or experts in their field. Don't forget, for exceptional talent, you're already recognized as a leader. For exceptional promise, it means that you are going to be recognized, you are being recognized as a future leader. So you are upcoming, but you're already getting this recognition. Now, so as part of this visa application, before you get the visa in the first place, which is what most people want, how can I get the visa? You must first and foremost receive an endorsement of your talent. Yeah, an endorsement of your talent or promise from an endorsing body.
I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes as well. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thanks, Bob. So you must first be endorsed by a body. Now, for you to get this endorsement, what needs to happen is the fact that you must be able to satisfy all the conditions from this endorsing body. So you must either be able to prove to them that you are really an exceptional talent, or you have a promising future, or you have been recognized as being a future leader in your industry. So now, so the next question now you want to ask is, okay, I want to apply. Can I apply? There are 5 organizations that can actually give you this endorsement. 5 designated organizations by the United Kingdom that they have been empowered to do it, that it can give you this endorsement. Now, this body has been empowered by the Home Office, which is the UK visa area. Now, what are these 5 bodies? Number 1 is the Royal Society. Now, earlier when I started, I mentioned the fact that for the Global Talent Visa, you can, it's for individuals in the field of what science, engineering, medicine and humanities, digital technology, and art and culture. Now, for each of these fields I've mentioned, there is a body that can endorse you for each of those fields. In my own case, for example, I applied on that as a tech talent. So meaning that there is a body that needs to satisfy that I'm a tech talent. And that body is called Technician. So I applied under the digital technology. So that body is called Technician. Now, but for other ones like natural and medical science application, there's a body. The body is called Royal Society. Now, for the engineering application, so meaning that if you have also done exceptional things in the field of engineering, or you have done exceptional things in the field of natural and medical science, you can go through the Royal Society. In the field of engineering, you go through the Royal Academy of Engineering. Now, if you have done things in the field of humanities and social sciences, then you go through the British Academy. Now, if you have done things in the digital technology, like my own self, being a tech startup founder and working in tech, you go through the Technician. Now, if you have done things in the field of science and innovation, then you go through the UK Research and Innovation. So whichever field that you have worked with, you go through this body, then you look at the things that qualify, the things that they require. You submit those applications. Usually you submit it, and under 2 weeks, you get your letter of endorsement if you're qualified. If you are not qualified, under 2 weeks, they tell you why you are not qualified. And most times I tell people that even if you think that you don't qualify, apply. Because when you apply, you will know why you don't qualify and what you need to do to qualify. So meaning that they have given you an expo on what you can do in 2 months to 6 months for you to be able to qualify for that endorsement. And once you get that endorsement, it's simple. That is the only thing you need to submit to the Home Office. And in 2 weeks to 3 weeks, you get your visa, and then you're able to move to the United Kingdom anytime you like. Now, this is what it really is. Now, what are the requirements? Now, for each of these different bodies, there are different requirements. For the Home Office, we don't have as much time, so we're not able to go too deep into all of them, but I'll mention one or two as much as possible, especially when it comes to the digital technology. For the Royal Society, there are different requirements. That's for the natural and medical sciences. So, but there is a link, there is that guide that I can share with us here, where you can go and then read about their own requirements.
For every link, I just need to let my audience know that for every link that will be provided, just check the description box of this video and you'd find the link that you need, whether to apply, whether to know the document. It will be in the description box. Please go ahead.
Absolutely. So for the Royal Academy of Engineering, there is also a guide that you need to look at. So you need to ask yourself, do I fall within here? For the humanities and social sciences. Now, for the digital technology, there is also a guide. And that's the most important thing. Now, for whoever you are, you need to now look at it and say, okay, I fall under here. I need to assess myself. How do I assess whether I even qualify or not? Or where is the link for me to apply for this? Now, the question people also ask is that, okay, for digital technology, who are those that actually really qualify for digital technology? And you want to know. Now, one of the things a lot of people say is that, oh, if you're a founder, then you qualify. Now, beyond being a founder, the fact that you just work in tech, you may actually qualify for this just because you work in tech. So there are different people that qualify. One of them is that if you're a product manager, you're a product marketing manager, you're a sales rep, you're a cybersecurity expert, you're a hardware engineer, front-end developer, UI UX designers, CTO or VP of tech startups, back-end engineers, sales executives, CMO, that's Chief Marketing Officer, you're an experienced VC or PE analyst. I mean, you work as long as you work in tech, and of course, within all of this guide, there's an exhaustible list that you can also check in the visa guide, in the Technician guide as well. So for me, what did I do when I first heard about it? Honestly, I said to myself, and I went through the guide, I said to myself, I do not qualify for this thing. There's too much requirements. Even though I was saying to myself that even though I think that I do not qualify, what would it cost me to actually apply? What's the worst thing that will happen? The worst thing that will happen is that they will say no. And of course, I'll go back to my house and fine. I'll continue to live my life or do any other thing I want to do. But guess what? I went through the requirements. I did as much as I could. I spoke to as many people as I need to speak to. I sought mentorship and counseling. I did paid consultation as much as I needed to do. What was important is to get as much knowledge as was needed, and I applied. In 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks actually, I think it was in 2 weeks, I got my mail and said I've been endorsed as a talent. Getting that, say I've been endorsed, That was the only thing I needed. I just continued that link, and then I applied for myself, my family, and also in less than 2 weeks actually, I got a mail that we should come and pick up our passports. And in our passports, we got the endorsement. In the same way, we moved to the UK and we got our BRP. So naturally, for most people, whether you're in digital tech, you're in digital technology, or you're in different field, when you look at the requirements, there is a natural thing that make you feel like, oh, you do not qualify. And let me just quickly say some of the requirements here for most people. Especially if you're in digital technology, naturally you just need 10 documents. Or let me say in total, you need 15 documents. What are these documents that you need? One of them, you need a CV. There's a template that you can follow. You need a CV. Apart from a CV, that you need three letters of recommendation. 3 letters of recommendation from people in that industry, leaders in that industry that would say that, oh, I know this guy. Then you need to write your own personal statement. That is the 5th document. Your personal statement is just less than 1,000 words that you need. Your letter of recommendation should be 3 pages, should be in the letterhead of the people that are recommending you. Like, say, oh, this guy, I know this guy has done so, and so. Then your CV too should be 3 pages as well. Letter of recommendation, 3 pages on the letterhead. Then your personal statement, just 1,000 words. Now, these 5 documents are mostly text-based documents. So it's text about, oh, what you have done. Now, there's another document which is 10. For technician guide, they have divided it under 3. One of them is that there's mandatory requirements, there's optional 1 requirement, and there's optional 2 requirement. Under these 3 requirements, you need to have at least 10 documents for each of them. Each of the documents should not be more than 3 pages each. Should be a maximum of 3 pages. Now, how do you work on each of the documents? Each of the documents, basically, you write a text, like a summary. After writing the summary, under each of them, you put evidence of everything that you have written. So if you say that, oh, I helped my organization to get an award, or I helped my organization to grow to 500 users. Now, what are the evidence that you have to support that? Oh, the organization, maybe employment letter, a screenshot of the employment letter. Oh, the organization, maybe the 500, where's the dashboard that shows that you got that 500 user base? Take a screenshot of that. Every other thing that back up the thing that you say your organization got an award as a result of you. Where was the proposal that you composed or that you did that helped them to get that? You say that you have been featured in the news media. All of the things that say you have done to help them achieve that, document it. You've written about it. Now provide the evidence in that document. And it's as simple as that. As long as those things are verifiable, you have that, and then you do 10 of those documents. But the next question is, how do you know exactly what to do? Like, how do you know exactly what to put? So, this is what I did, this is what I did not do. That is where you need the technician guide, which will also be added to this video. In that guide, it shows you the things that fall under mandatory. It shows you the things that fall under optional 1, and it shows you the things that fall under optional 2. There's even optional 3 and optional 4. So meaning that you have options of looking at everything and say, okay, out of all of these things, which one do I have? Which one don't I have? Which one have I done? Which one have I not done? Then you begin to make a list of everything that you have done in the tech world, or everything that you have done even outside of the tech world. And I always say that some of the things that I have done that is outside of the tech world were some of the things that qualified me for this visa. And that's why I say a lot of people are qualified, but do not know that they are qualified because they have not even taken the step to even work around it. So in wrapping up this video, my encouragement to as many people as this is this: whether you're in the field of digital technology, whether you're in the field of humanities, or whichever field that you are in, go and search these links and these guides and look at the things that you have that can help you qualify. And even if you think you don't have certain things, that's when you need to work and say, okay, what can I achieve in the next 1 month to 3 months? Or who can I work with that can help me and ensure that I achieve this thing? And sometimes the thing that you think you don't know or you don't have, you may actually have it, or there may also be a way around it. That's why you need to also work with people that have done it before or that are doing it to help you, put you in a way to help you achieve some of those things. But this is my encouragement. Please, if you think you qualify, whichever field that you are in, this is the time for you to take action and do this.
Thank you very much. 2 quick questions I have for you. Is IELTS a requirement? Because I didn't hear you mention anything about it. And proof of funds as well. Where does that come into play?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I was trying to be very fast. IELTS, that's another thing that makes this a good thing. IELTS is not a requirement for the Global Talent Visa. Like, you are getting it, you are just moving straight to it. You don't need all of those tests, anything. You don't need proof of funds as well. As long as you are able to satisfy to that endorsing body, like I said, it's just a letter. And the letter is coming to your email. You get that letter of endorsement to say, oh, you have either been endorsed as an exceptional talent or exceptional promise. You don't need to prove anything. You can move all the whole of your family, of course, as long as it's your immediate family, just with that letter.
Amazing.
Now the only other money you need to pay, of course, is NHS money, and that's even for your benefit. Is the fact that you are paying that you are able to access health insurance in the UK. So you can choose to pay for 5 years, you can choose to pay for 3 years, you can choose to pay for 1 year. So if you pay for 1 year, it also means that you're also getting a visa for 1 year. Because you are saying that, oh, I want to be covered for 1 year. They don't want you to come and they want you to be fine. You're able to access health at any time of the day. So by paying that money, it means that you can access health in the UK. So it does not require high LTS, it does not require proof of fund. As a matter of fact, one of the reasons that makes it better than other visa type is the fact that you can do any type of work at any time in the UK. You can work for more than one organization. You are not tied to one organization. Unlike skilled worker visa, for example, where you're already tied to that organization, you move to another place, it becomes a challenge. You can choose to work for any organization at any time. And you direct pathway to ILR and then citizenship in the UK.
Thank you very much. I think one other thing people want to know is how can they reach you if they're seeking assistance or they want help or they want to consult with you? How can they get access to you?
To reach me, of course, once you reach my boss, you reach me also first. And then secondly, you can also find me on social media, especially on Instagram, Olatunji Legend. That's the idol or handle, Olatunji Legend on Instagram. Send me a DM. And then if you check my bio on Instagram, you can also reach me there as well. Or via my email, olatunjilegend@gmail.com. So via my email, olatunjilegend@gmail.com, or via IG, just send me a DM and then I will take it up from there.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. So guys, that's been the Global Talent Visa in the United Kingdom. If you're interested, this is the time to start. Remember, I always say the best time to start is now. The second best time to start is now. All right. Thank you very much, Olatunji, for joining us. Till I see you guys again, another video. This is Waka Waka Doctor signing out.